Hey you guys, it's Kakarot, and today, well, formerly Kakarot, now Izuna, but I'm to get used to that. Eventually, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you believe a guy should be short? I'm going to bet you the majority are going to say no. So obviously the short king is out, so what about the short queen? What happens? There's a problem. Because being a short queen is somehow cherished. It might have shorter than me, but I don't care about that. I mean, let's say she was, like, I'm 5'8", let's say she was 5'9". No problem there. Another thing is that when a man is younger, he is either ridiculed or for pursuing, or just, I'm trying to figure out the right words, but he could also be persecuted, well, not persecuted, made fun of and ridiculed for dating an old lady. There we go. Or he gets overpraised for dating a MILF, a silver fox, whatever. But when a woman dates an older man, depending on whose preference it is it's considered okay. And I have no problem with dating older people, younger people, whatever. I mean, as long as they're both legal. But where the problem lies, though, is that I remember the story that I've talked about in a previous video, where women tried to justify stealing by saying that a woman, if she had a baby that she needed to protect, yet what happens if a man steals? Is it all of a sudden okay just because he has a baby with him? No. So why is stealing as a woman any better? Makes no sense. Then we have the norms. Like if a man holds open a door, he's considered a gentleman and he deserves the praise. But when we look at the other way around, when a woman says, "Here, I'll open your door," it's all of a sudden a problem when he walks through. And this is not just chivalry, because so many women now, well, not so many, but and men. Like I remember younger sister, maybe I forgot who it was, but she said if she had a man, she'd want to be treated like a diamond. If he wanted to treat you like a diamond, date a jeweler. Maybe he'll put you in a glass box on display. I mean, makes sense. You want to be a diamond. The next thing is when boys cry, it's considered weak. When a woman cries, it's considered empathetic. When a man cross dresses or even has longer hair, it's considered a problem or even a sin to some people. Yet when a woman cuts her hair, dyes her hair, or wears regular clothes, or wears guys' clothing or whatever, it's all of a sudden okay. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be, as a man, I like wearing both men's tees, women's tunics, men's pants, women's pants. And I liked, in fact, at 17, I wore tunics all the time. And it was amazing. Because they're looser, they're more breathable, they feel great, especially in summer. But I'm getting off track, so where was I? Oh yeah, the double standard. So what happens next is as a man, if you are abused and you strike back, you're an abuser. If you're a woman and you're abused and you strike back, you're still a victim. When a man is violated, probably the most common occurrence within that type of field, it is seen as weakness if you tell someone, or that you're lucky. excuse me, when you're seen as lucky, when a woman goes through the same thing, she's seen as a victim. And there's a pattern here. When a man and a woman are together and a man offers an umbrella or his jacket during the rain, gentlemen, if a woman does the same thing, he's toxic. When a man says he wants certain traits, such as just how women want either a muscular guy or a thin guy, and he says the same thing, there's a problem. When a woman, and speaking of hair or clothing, when a woman says she wants her man to have a certain style of clothing or hair, it's preference. When a man says he wants a woman to dress or have a certain hairstyle, dress a certain way, then he's all of a sudden a misogynist. It makes no sense, because misandry is the most common form of sexism. Some people use the Bible and societal terms in order to justify a double standard. For example, men shall sweat by the brow. This verse was in the Old Testament. The problem is, by the time we reach both the modern times, we see, for Pete's sake, we were able to debunk possession in the 1920s through the mental health studies. Chivalry is probably going down the same path, or double standards for men. The problem is a lot of them still last. We have men having to survive on little to nothing. If men can't afford a house, he's a red flag. When a woman can't afford a house, she's broke. When I find something, as you hear my kid, I'm just gonna find something to complain about. So yeah. So in a nutshell, though, men face a lot of misandry. Misandry is the act of male discrimination or discrimination of the male gender. A lot of these perpetrators are half and half. Some men, some women. Men do not realize the suffering men go through, and women who do are unable to help. And women who either don't know or don't care, they don't want to help. And so, yeah, if you want to say whatever, if I had Wix, I'd probably make a slave for this. But yeah, let's get you later. Bye.